All right, I'm live. I'm here. Wonderful. So yeah, this video today, I'm going to be just going through some of the ways that I take care of my skin. And it's live, so if other people are watching and want to share some of their own skincare tips, I'd love to hear from you in the chat here. So just, if you're watching and this interests you, go ahead and, leave a comment about some of the ways you take care of your skin. Be sure to like the video, and subscribe if you're a watcher. So Seth B says, I'm here for the skincare tips. And you deal with dry skin. Okay, yeah. I'm surprised I haven't talked about this before because one of the most prevalent compliments I get about my appearance from other people is regarding my skin. So I have been interested in this subject for a long time. I have been interested in maintaining good skin since I was very young and looking at ways that I could, prolong my beauty. So I am about to turn 37, y'all. I am 37 years old next week. So this is my face. I'm obviously have a full face of makeup, but I have very clear skin. I have combination skin, so I have dry patches and I have oily patches. But I do keep a very clear face. I don't generally deal with breakouts. So I may not have much advice for you about that kind of matter, although I do have a little bit because I have dealt with blackheads. And that's something that I struggle with specifically or have. I don't really struggle with it anymore because I do have methods of dealing with that. And I do have recommendations for dealing with certain types of acne. But I have some of the products I use here too. So I wanted to share with you my philosophy here at the beginning, okay? Because one of the main reasons why I have the kind of skin I do is that I take great efforts not to irritate it. I do think I have a bit hardy skin I'm not really, really sensitive. I'm not the kind of person to have a lot of allergies. So that is something that I'll let you know I don't really struggle with. But my philosophy is to leave your skin alone. A lot of people are doing too much, I'll say. A lot of people have way too much stuff they're putting on their skin, and that is drying their skin out. It's irritating it. And then you want to look at also what's in your products, okay? Too, because if you're putting multiple types of acid on your skin, you're going to deal with a lot of different problems. And it is becoming a lot more prevalent in beauty products, even makeup, that they're adding acids. So just be mindful of what is in the product and how it's going to interact with your other products. And you don't need to do too much to your skin, but you do need to be sure to mind after it and look after it carefully. But if you are dealing with like irritation, dryness, sometimes just babying it and only doing one or two things and just addressing things at a time is the best step. You can't build yourself up in a day. So this is another thing I want to advise you. Address issues one at a time and look at the long game with your skincare plan. If you're dealing with any type of issue, it's important to really see it through to the end and know that no matter what issue you're facing with your skin, there are things you can do to help it. A lot of the times people just get frustrated and they give up because they've got this issue or that issue. And you have to understand it's a long game in terms of skincare. And your skin didn't get all like crazy in a day. There are reasons why it did. So, okay. Firstly, let's talk about acne and cleaning the skin. Okay. And I'll tell you about what I've found works for me. Now, at the beginning of this video, I did mention that blackheads have been just a source of irritation for me. Like, they get in your pores, they make them look bigger. It's not a good look. And when you have really light skin like I do, you want to do what you can to minimize that sort of thing. You know, I don't like to have my white skin with like blackheads coming out of it. So what I use for dealing with those are a couple of things. Now, if it is really an issue for you, it's oily there, you have like pretty deep blackheads that you're dealing with, I would suggest starting with getting some sort of cleanser that has salicylic acid in it, and like use that a couple times a week, specifically on that area. Don't put it all over your face. You don't want it in the places where you don't have those issues, okay? In terms of acne, keep it targeted, okay? Because what you're focusing on, like if you have acne here, 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 wherever, don't put that stuff all over your face, because that's gonna end up drying out your skin. You wanna focus on the areas that are actually dealing with the oil and kind of hyper focus your care. So one thing that everybody should have in their personal collection are skin cleanser tools, okay? These little things. I can't think of the name of them, but it's basically, you can buy kits very cheaply online. They're everywhere nowadays with these products that have, different types of extractors. That's what they're called, extractors. So in terms of surface blackheads, sometimes people get them along the skin here, or even sometimes in their nose. They're big. You can pull those bigger ones out. You do want to do that. So, have a shower. What I would suggest with this, have a shower, get out your extractors. You want to do it when your skin is warm and has been cleansed. So you want to make sure your face has at least been washed with warm water for a minute. But I think it's best do it once you're out of the shower. So then you'll take your extractors, work on those, get those things out. Then you will cleanse your face with your salicylic products. So that will help shrink those pores and get in there and kind of help prevent and deal with the smaller kind of blackheads you're facing. So let's move on from there. Once you've got it kind of more normalized, I'm going to show you what I use weekly to deal with just maintaining. And these products, okay, are amazing. I have a couple of examples here, and you may have seen them, but they're the hydrocolloid patches. You can put these, now these are often used when people have like a breakout, like a pimple, they'll put one on. You can put these overnight just on your skin, and it will help maintain and actually minimize the appearance of your pores. So for me, I will say I have these nose strips. I have never found a brand that fits my nose. They just don't work. They don't stay over everything. So I don't really recommend getting the specific nose strips, because it's just a waste of product and your money. Because most of the time, part of it, they won't get in here, which is where a lot of people are facing the issues. You get those kind of deep blackheads in the creases. So you want to get these little ones, okay? These tiny little patches. They come different brands. I just happen to have this one. But you get those little round ones, the little spot ones. And those are good too. If you get a pimple, you can just put it on there, have it throughout the day. Because, I don't get many pimples. They usually will crop up around my cycle coming around. But you want to, at night, after you've taken off all your makeup or whatever, cleansed your face, put those around your skin and wherever you have the blackhead buildup. So in here, like when I put them on, because where I'm most like am irritated about that kind of thing is around my nose specifically. So these ones, because they're smaller, you can get them into those areas. And so I'll just put a bunch of those little spots all over my nose or wherever else that I need to focus on, minimizing the appearance of the pores and, getting kind of the gunk out of the skin there. So, yeah, I'll do that overnight. And it's great because when you take them off in the morning, I don't know if you've ever dealt with like the other pore cleansing strips. I'm sure we've all put those on the face where you rip it off and you see your blackheads. It's a different experience with these because they really extract the oil out of your skin there. And how it comes up, you'll see in the morning. It's pretty interesting to look at and see. I think with these kind, because they don't fully actually get into everything, you find they lift up and cause sweat on the skin there. So you don't really see what's coming out of your skin as well as when you use these small ones. So I really recommend, if you want to deal with the like blackhead thing, these ones really just be ridiculous, put them all over there. And I guarantee if you are new to it, you're like really wanting to get a lot of that stuff out, I would recommend doing it nightly for several nights. And then from then on, trying to just maintain it once or twice a week, that practice. This is something I do about once a week myself, just to maintain the appearance of my pores. And it works because not only do they extract the oil, they really shrink the appearance of the pores. Let me take a sip of my coffee, y'all. I know I'm going fast here. What do you all think? Let's see, Seth says, for so long I got drawn into that belief that more acids and exfoliation was better and it wrecked it. Yeah, you'll find with people who do that too much, they'll start to get, what's it called? Texture. Your skin will start to texturize. You got to be careful with the acids. I do think that using them occasionally is good, but you've got people doing them daily. And I'm like, you can't be putting this stuff on your face daily. Like, no. This has got to be, again, like less is more with skincare. And the reality is everybody has different skin, and you have to kind of give yourself and your skin an opportunity to show itself to you. And so sometimes just leaving it alone, especially after, if you've done anything, like, you've done anything that's kind of like irritated your skin in some way, take a break. Like, keep it very simple. Wash your face with soap and water and put on a very basic moisturizer. Okay, but don't be doing too much. Okay. Let's move on to moisturizing, okay? Now, for me, because I do have combination skin, moisturizing isn't really a big part of my routine, although it is a part of it. And I would say like about once a week, I'll do like a nice night cream, a thicker kind of moisturizer for my skin. But it's really, like I said, it's not something that I do or I need to worry about too much because of the nature of my skin. But with that being said, I do use moisturizers. So a daily moisturizer that I use, this is the CeraVe. It's basic. You can get it at any drugstore. Facial moisturizing lotion. It's the AM version. It has SPF 30 in it. So it has a nice mild SPF. And it has hyaluronic acid in it, so it helps plump up the skin. But yeah, this is a good product. it's very accessible, easy to get at any drugstore. I can even get it at the supermarket. It's that commonplace, and it has SPF in it. So I'll put a little bit of that on my face in the morning before I do my makeup. Because it has SPF in it, you do have to let it dry. So then I'll put that on, let it dry for a couple minutes, then I'll come and do my actual makeup. So that's part of my routine. So I guess I said I don't moisturize much, but I do use it daily. Actually, I didn't put it on today. I'll say that. I did not put this on today. So pretty much daily. If I know I'm going to go outside in the sun, I'll put some of it on. Next, and I realized I don't have the cap on this very well. Another thing that helps me with moisturizing is what I use as makeup remover. It's the Pond's Cold Cream. Okay. Classic product. This thing, you just put it on your skin, rub it in, gets all your makeup up, leave it on for a minute. And I take like a basic makeup removal cloth, remove it all off. And I find with that, I get a real strong moisturizer, like at the end of the day. And that in and of itself, just the nature of it and the product, it really does not only remove the makeup, but moisturize the skin again. So that's a product I really love. And it's very, very, very gentle too. And I love it. It's classic. It's what old ladies use. So, me, I want something classic. Let's see what else I have here. I brought out some more other products that I use. So let's move on. So yeah, I've talked about acne, moisturization, SPF. Let's just talk about SPF too, okay? You have to wear sunscreen, period. If you want to maintain your skin, if you want to keep it looking nice, avoid the sun. This is across like many like shades too. I know that I have porcelain skin like I advertised here. However, even if you have darker shades, avoiding the sun is good in terms of especially the face. This is what people see. And if you want to maintain good skin in it, avoid getting sun on it. It really does help people that do too much tanning, people that expose themselves to too much sun, age themselves a lot quicker. It's just reality. And not only do they age themselves, their skin gets a lot harsher, leathery, like it loses a lot of its suppleness. And also, like, for me too, it's work to maintain this kind of complexion, okay? I like the aesthetic for myself of having light skin. So I do a lot to keep it looking as light as it can. And for me, avoiding the sun is number one. Now, with acne, like sometimes we'll get discoloration from having like, breakouts, that kind of thing. Other things also can happen to the skin, dark spots forming. What I use to deal with those specific issues when they crop up is this product. And this can usually be found in many supermarkets. It's, Concha Nacard de Perlop. It is a product that you find generally in the ethnic area of your stores in the US anyway. I think this product is really popular in the Hispanic community for lightening the skin or brightening the skin. And also, but specifically targeting certain dark spots on your skin and also helping with pigmentation issues. So some people deal with issues where their skin has different colorations in different parts. This kind of product, all of the brand, even their soaps, are great with just lightening and brightening the skin, and they're really accessible. Like I said, they have it at my local supermarket in that section. You can find it most places. I found it at multiple different types of supermarkets. Um, yeah, this is the number 3 crema acclarante. It's an interesting cream. So in this product, there's actual shell, oyster shell. They use oyster shells in this. So this is good for a rough exfoliant as well. So I'll do this mask about once a month. It's a cream, but I use it as a mask. So I'll rub it into the skin, around the face, because again, I'm wanting to get like a rough exfoliant. I'm trying to just get up dead skin cells and that kind of thing. I'll rub it into the skin vigorously, have a nice coat of it around my face and leave that on for like half an hour and then wash my face, basically. This kind of product is good, again, for keeping your skin even, light, bright, and also removing any dark spots. If you have, like, let's say acne, where you've gotten a dark spot from having a breakout at one point that just, it's stubborn, it's not healing, not going away, you can kind of target that area. So if you don't want to brighten your whole face, live television, right, y'all? So yeah, you just rub it in that specific area, leave it on there for as long as you want, really. If you're trying to get up a dark spot, like a few times, you should get it up pretty easily. So yeah, that's a product I love, very accessible, and I like that it has pretty natural ingredients. So I like that I'm not rubbing microplastics into my skin. I like to know that it's oyster shell. It feels just, something about it. Okay. Now, lastly, another one of my favorite products that I brought out to show you today. This is another mask that I do I don't even do this once a month, but this stuff is amazing. This is sodium or calcium bentonite clay. There's a brand that I buy, I think it's called Azteca. I think this you can get usually at like Whole Foods or different markets like that. You can find it online, obviously, but any sort of calcium bentonite clay mask. This is the kind that you mix with water. It's fun. You kind of you have to measure it out when you make it, make enough. This is also fun to do with friends. So sometimes, like, if I have a friend come over, I'll be like, hey, you want to do some masks? Pamper yourself. Because you get to mix it up and kind of apply it, and it's a mess, but it's really nice. So yeah, they recommend you can mix it with apple cider vinegar. I don't. I'm not doing that. No way. I can see the appeal of it, but I just feel like that would be too irritating to the skin. So I just mix it with water, apply it to the face, let the clay kind of dry. And then once it's dry, you just wash your face off. You would be amazed. This stuff makes your skin glow. There's no other way to describe it. Your skin will be red after you have it on, just because it's a very intense clay. But the results are amazing once it does, cause your skin to inflame lightly, but once it cools back down, your skin is just bright. I don't know what else to say about it. It reflects light. That's all I can say. I find it really a really good product, especially for my kind of light skin that does, catch light the way it does. It's really a good product to help enhance that. So yeah, those were the kind of things I wanted to talk about in terms of my own skincare. And I don't know, does anybody else have any questions that's watching live before I go about maybe specific issues you may be dealing with or what I could recommend to you? Or anything you would like to talk about further? I know this is kind of a different topic today, but I'm surprised I hadn't talked about it because obviously I have some nice skin. I'll give it a moment. All right, Manuel. Well, if there's nothing else, thanks for being here. And those of you watching on catch up, feel free to leave any questions or recommendations for others about skincare that you have or ways you handle your own skincare issues. I'd love to know. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.